Welcome back to another tutorial, guys. My name is Jenny. So today's video is the cutting and sewing of this monostrap dress. You can see on the screen it has a mermaid skirt. You can see what it's looking. It's a gown actually. So the down part is a mermaid cut together tail, and I also have a video on how I achieve the mermaid part. So if you have not seen, go ahead and check it out on my channel. Is right there. So if this sounds like what you're interested to learn, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Okay, so let's get into it. Welcome back again, soulmates. So guys, this is the fabric I'm going to use for today's tutorial. So this is a touches material, as you can see. So I also have my lining right here. Okay, so let's get into the drafting process. So the first thing I'm going to do is to rule out my starting line, and also you can see that I folded my paper into two. So that is how your paper should be. Just fold it into two and rule out the starting line. Okay, so after ruling out the starting line, guys, now that starting line is going to serve as the shoulder line. So go ahead and divide your shoulder measurement by 2 like so. So after doing it, go down by ½ inch, which is going to serve for the shoulder slope. Then from that ½ inch, go down by your armhole length, which is 8 inches. So 8 inches is the armhole length I'm working with. Okay, so I'm going to mark it at the side, then connect it with a ruler like this to form a straight line. Now placing my tape on the starting line, I'm going to mark out my bust point of this person, that is the bust point of the person, which is 9.5. Okay, then after marking it, guys, I'm also going to mark out the under bust of this person, which is 13 inches. I can see. So just go ahead and mark out your under bust and also your half length. So the half length of this person is 16 inches. So I'm also going to place all these measurements at this part. Okay, so to form like a straight line for me, so I'm just going to connect all the points together like this. So guys, after doing that, whatsoever I have at the shoulder line, I'm going to place it on the chest line like this to form a straight line for the armhole line like this. You can see what I am doing. So after rolling out the line, I'm going to make use of 3 inches for the neck width. Okay, so then connect your shoulder slope like so. Then for the neck depth for the front, I'm going to make use of 4 inches. So this is what you see me doing like this. Then connect the neckline like this. So we are now actually going to make use of this neckline. Okay, so after that, go ahead and place your bust span, which is your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. As you can see what I'm doing, the bust span of this person is 3.5. so after that, go ahead and look for the midpoint of the armhole, then divide your bust measurement by 4 and place it there. And also don't forget to go in by ½ inch like this. So now I'm going to use my pattern master to connect my armhole curve this way. You can actually use your free hand to do this, but I decided to use my pattern master like so. So the next thing now is to take out the dart. So before then, I'm going to label out the lines. So at the center front, I'm going to mark 1 inch right there. Then towards the side front, I'm going to mark 1.5. So coming to the waistline of the center front, ½ inch. At the side, 1 inch. Okay, then I'm going to just connect this way. So if you have been following this channel, you should be able to know how to draft a princess dart bustier by now. Okay, I have it right on my channel. So if you want a real detailed tutorial for it, go ahead and check it out. Come down by ½ inch at the bust point, then you're going to just connect the lines as you see me doing. So towards the center front, please don't make that part too curvy. Okay, then I'm going to connect from the bust point to the middle of the armhole like this. You can see. Then now I'm going to take out ½ inch at both sides of that line at the armhole area, then connect it like this towards the center line. You can see what I'm having there. So for the third dart leg, I'm going to extend it by 1 inch. So this is going to form a new armhole curve for me. Okay, now go ahead and place your bust measurement divided by 4. Okay, Then after doing it like that, mine is 9 inches. Then I'm going to add my stitching allowance of 2 inches right there. Coming to the underbust, I'm also going to input my round underbust measurement there and add my stitching allowance of 2 inches. And also at the waistline, divide your waist by 4, input it there and add your stitching allowance of 2 inches. So now I'm going to just connect the points like this so you can see what I'm having now. So this is the new armhole curve. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to trace it out. To the other part of the paper, which is plain. So after tracing out, I went ahead to cut it out. Okay, so just watch the way I'm cutting it out. So guys, after cutting it out, I'm going to open it up now. So I'm going to trace out all this pattern to the other side. So my marker got finished. I have to change it and make use of the blue marker. So guys, this is it. Now we have the right side and the left side. So determine which part is going to be the off shoulder part. So for me, I'm going to make use of the left side. So come down by 5 inches. For me, I came down by 5 inches from the shoulder of the left side. Okay, now at the right side, I'm going to go out by 1 inch towards the neck width area. You can see, so from that neck width, go out by 1 inch. Then at the middle, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. Then go ahead and connect it all the way like this. So you can see what I'm doing. You can actually use your free hand like the way I'm using to give you a very good curve. Okay, so this is it. This is what we have. Now I'm going to determine the neck width for the off shoulder. Like we all know, when you are drafting an off shoulder, you should always determine the neck width. Okay, so for me, I'm going to make use of 7 inches as for now. Then later on, after stitching it down, I'm going to just trim it off to 5 inches. So let's leave it at 7 inches now, okay, to be at the safer side. So go ahead and determine the neck width, okay. But if you're of a bigger size, you can make use of 6 inches instead of 5 inches later on after stitching it down. Now I'm going to just connect it like this. So this is the new armhole for the off shoulder part. Then don't forget to take out your dart of 1/2 inch at both sides of that line. So you can see me connecting the darts like so. So this is very easy as ABC. Okay, this is the easiest way of achieving a monostrap pattern. So the next thing now is to cut it out. You can see there is no big deal in this. So in this channel, we always look for a way to make both the drafting and the stitching part fun for everyone. Okay, so please just watch carefully the way I'm cutting it out. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we have. This is the front pattern now. So you can see what the neckline area is looking like. You can see the neckline, you can see the off shoulder part, you can see how it's looking. So let's go ahead and cut out the back pattern. Okay, so for the back pattern, I'm going to make use of a basic back bodice. So guys, this is the basic back bodice. I've gone ahead to draft it out. So you can see the zip allowance at the middle, and you can see the neckline, you can see the armhole part and the half length. The next thing now is to place the front pattern on the back like this, right side facing, to determine which part is the right and which part is the left for the back. Okay, so you can see after placing it right side facing, this part is going to be the right side. So I'm going to mark it right and the left side. Now towards the left, I'm going to come down by 5 inches like the way we did for the front. Then at the middle also 5 inches. Then towards the right side, I'm going to go out by 1 inch at the neck width area. Okay, just like the way we did for the front. So I'm going to just measure out the shoulder parts to be sure it's aligned together. So after doing that, now I'm going to just connect this with my free hand like this to give me the shape I want for this back pattern. So just go ahead and shape it out the way you want it to be. So if you want it straight, you can just make it straight, but for me, I want the back pattern to also be curvy. Okay, I'm going to just place the front to be sure of the off shoulder part. So after doing that, I'm going to just cut this out. So guys, after cutting it out, and this is what it looks like, you can see me placing the other part on the other part of the back. So this is what the neckline is looking like. So I'm going to just cut this on my fabric, cut out the lining and also the wadding. So don't forget to take out your darts for this part, okay? So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out my main fabric and also the lining. You can see the lining right here. So to cut the main fabric, I'm going to place the pattern of the front like this, right side facing the main fabric. Add your stitching allowance at the bottom, at the sides, okay? Now to cut for the lining, what you are going to do is to take that your main fabric, you are going to place it on the lining like this, okay? You can see what I'm doing. So just place it and cut it out. So that is the same way I did for the side piece of the front. You can see the side piece. Just place the pattern paper right side facing the main fabric. Add your necessary stitching allowance. Remember, at the side we've added our allowance. They add your stitching allowance at the bottom and at the curvy part and also the top, the armhole part, okay? Then if you want to cut the lining, also face the main fabric right side facing on the lining. So as you can see, I've cut out my tissue, which is also known as stay. I've cut out the wadding. So I'm going to be doing all the padding on the lining part because of the kind of fabric I'm using, okay? So I don't want this fabric to be rough at all, so that is why I have to pad the lining instead of the main fabric. So the next thing now to do is to place the one side of the front on the center front like this, stitch it down, and I'm also going to place the other one and I'm going to stitch it down. So I'm also going to do the same thing for the main fabric, okay? So these are the two sides. Place them accordingly like this and you are going to stitch it down. So guys, this is the back piece, this is the main fabric and this is the lining for the back. So you can see the wrong side of the lining, I marked X. So stitch up the neckline, the sides, so the shoulder and the armhole should be left open. So coming to this other side of the back, you can see how it's looking. So make sure you indicate the zip area of the back. So stitch the top and the side down. So guys, after stitching, this is what it's looking like. So this is the lining. You can see I added my bra cup, is optional, okay? So this is the main fabric. I've also gone ahead to stitch it down. So guys, the next thing now to do is to place the main fabric on the lining, right side facing, stitch up the neckline and the sides, okay? So guys, after stitching it up, this is what it's looking like. I've gone ahead to iron it out and I added gum stay at the neckline area to hold down the main fabric and the lining together, okay? So this is it. And this is also the back. I've gone ahead to take out my darts, you can see, and I've also stitched down the zip area. You can see that zip area with a loose stitch, okay? So place the back right side facing on the front, hold down the shoulder part and also hold down the sides with your body measurements, okay? So place your bust measurements, your under bust and your waist measurements. So guys, this is what it's looking like. You can see looking so beautiful, looking clean. So the next thing now to do is to trim off that half length part. So what I'm going to do is to place my tape like this. So I'm going to indicate the under bust and also the half length of this person. So the half length is 16 inches like I said earlier. Then I'm going to add half inch to that for the joining of the bottom part, okay? Then coming to this off shoulder part, remember we off 5 inches. So you are going to take off the 5 inches. Then you are going to determine the underburst and also the half length. So remember to add your half inch to it, okay? So after that, I'm going to just cut this out. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we are having, looking clean now and looking so neat. So now we are going to take out the zip bulge. If you have been following this channel, you should know that this is what we normally do to take out any zip bulge at that part, okay? So what I'm going to do is to go up by 1 inch at that zip area, that is at the bottom part of the back, at the bottom part of the zip area of the back, okay? So go up by 1 inch. Then I'm going to make a slant line towards the side, towards the joining of the front and the back at the side. So make a slant line and cut it out. So guys, after cutting, this is what it's looking like. So you can see that the back now is shorter than that of the front. So this is just what we want to achieve, okay? So now I'm going to open up the zip parts like this, and I'm also going to open up the sides so that we can go ahead and attach the bottom part, which is the mermaid skirt part, okay? So if you have not watched the tutorial of how I achieve this mermaid part, you can watch it. Is right on my channel, okay? So do well to check out that video. Very easy, very fast, and very helpful. So go ahead and place the front piece of the skirt on the front right side facing, and also place the back piece like this, right side facing, and stitch it down. So guys, after stitching it down, this is what we are having. You can see now the neckline is looking so beautiful. So guys, this is it. I've gone ahead to stitch down the side with the body shape of the person, the hip, the knee length. So this is the tail. I'm also going to hem the bottom part of the tail. So the next thing that we are going to do is to attach the sleeve. So first of all, I'm going to turn the dress to the wrong side, and I'm going to place my tape like this from the shoulder, go down by your armhole length like this, okay? So after getting it, I'm going to mark ½ inch in from the armhole part like this. So go in by ½ inch like that, and I'm going to connect this to the armhole part to form like a armhole curve. So you can see. So if you have been following this channel, this is also what we normally do to achieve a very good sleeve, okay? Now coming to this off shoulder part, what I'm going to do now is very simple. So just remember we off 5 inches while we were drafting this, okay? So I'm going to just place the 5 inches right there, and I'm going to mark 8 inches downward, which is the armhole length, okay? So just go ahead and mark out your armhole length. So the next thing to do now is to determine the neck width. So like I said earlier, I'm going to be making use of 5 inches because this is a small person. If you are making the dress for a bigger person, you can make use of 6 inches, okay, for the neck width. So for me, I'm going to make use of 5 inches because this is size 34. So from size 34, 38, you can make use of 5 inches depending on the body size, okay? So I'm going to just connect it like this with a curve towards the armhole part. You can see what I'm doing. So this part now, I'm going to hold it down with my pins. Pins are very necessary to have, especially when you are sewing. So it's very good for you to have your pins right there. Then you go ahead and cut it out. So guys, after cutting it out, you can see the armhole part of this part. So this is what the armhole is looking like. You can see the off shoulder part looking all clean. Now we can go ahead and attach our sleeves. If you also like to see the video where I explained in detail on how to attach a sleeve to a monostrap dress, you can go ahead and also check it out. Okay, so this is the back. You can see I've gone ahead to attach the zipper. You can see the back looking all clean, looking all neat. So guys, I've gone ahead to package it for my client because I'm going to deliver it this evening to her because she's going to school the following day with this for our convocation. So guys, thank you very much for sticking by. Thank you because you are the best. To subscribe and support this channel by liking and also giving me a super thanks. Bye.